As students have greater access to technology, and technology is infused in more and more lessons, it's important to remember how digital citizenship correlates to the work done in classrooms. It's stories like these that cause me to look differently at how we teach digital citizenship.
This Rowan County mom describes the moment she stumbled on an Instagram account with explicit photos of students from her daughter's school.
There were probably 10 or 12 very graphic, very nude, very little clothes girls. That's all I could think about was my child sitting beside somebody in class who was doing this.
Her outrage caught the eye of investigators. Search warrants say there were a total of 3 accounts posting these photos from at least 4 county high schools and 1 middle school.
They were very persistent in getting the graphic material out.
Detectives say no faces were shown in the photos, and the students were identified by their grade level. One of the accounts had more than 1,000 followers.
It certainly is like cold water in the face.
The Rowan-Salisbury school system is working to increase cyber safety education in the classroom.
It's imperative, it's our moral obligation.
In the next couple of weeks, students will begin taking this online course on social media safety, and teachers are giving them these internet safety books to take home. But they say parents have to get involved too.
I think the tough conversation used to be birds and the bees, and now it's more about, cyber safety.
This mom says she warns her daughters of what can happen if they send a picture to the wrong person.
It's going to end up in somebody else's hands.
And she keeps a close watch on her kids' social media accounts.
The rule is I monitor. If you don't like it, you don't have to have the account.
A tough policy, she says, keeps her kids out of trouble like this. In Rowan County, Jenna Barnes, Time Warner Cable News.
It was stories like this that really hit me hard, and I knew there was more I could do. So, we developed 234 lessons. That's 10,530 minutes of instruction that impacts 20,000 students every day. It was incidents like the video you just saw that let us know we had a real issue on our hands. Students were using technology inappropriately. We had resources for our students like the NetSara book and a really small course through one of our content providers. But we very quickly realized that it was our responsibility as well as educators of these students to ensure that students understood what good digital citizenship looked like. After doing that interview, I talked at length with the superintendent about how we could infuse digital citizenship into our curriculum. We knew that areas like and resources like Common Sense Media had lessons for us to use. However, after examining Common Sense lessons, we realized that it just wasn't enough, that they had done great work, but our students needed more. They needed tailored lesson plans for each of their classes. Those lessons need to be vertically and horizontally aligned so that as students graduate from kindergarten to first grade or from 6th grade to 7th grade, they too would have stair-stepped instruction that helped them really look at the issues that they're addressing in their grade level. So let's take a look at what we did. In the summer, we brought together 25 teachers from around the district. We paid them to be our digital citizenship curriculum creators. We began by first creating a curriculum vertically and horizontally lined for students. We created standards that needed to be addressed in each grade level and aligned those all the way from kindergarten to 12th grade. We then began our work. For example, in each grade level, as you can see here, each grade level has 18 lessons. Each of these lessons build upon one another. They're infused into the regular instruction in classrooms. So let's take an example, Lesson 5 on copyright, which is one of the major issues within digital citizenship. And when we click on copyright, you can see there's an abundance of resources in this one lesson. At the very top, there's a document that lets teachers know what to do. You'll notice that throughout all of our lesson plans, each teacher has an essential question, a lesson overview, what the students will learn, an approximate time, importantly, a code that allows them to know which part of the digital citizenship curriculum is being addressed, its alignment to Common Core and how it fits into their classroom, and how it fits in with the National Educational Technology Standards for students. It then goes on to provide information that they'll need for their class. The goal here is to make it as easy as possible on teachers to infuse this into their classroom. Once a teacher opens the lesson, it's very easy for them to be able to implement this. They use the instructions within the lesson plan and all of the resources provided. We expect that teachers use the digital citizenship curriculum once every other week for a total of 36 weeks of instruction. We think that this type of instruction is really going to prepare our students for what exists outside of the classroom. And looking at a few others, we can go down to, say, 9th grade and look at their lessons. In the later grades, we've split lessons between students and teachers. So teachers have instructions and students have the lessons built out in case our teachers would like to use our learning management system, Schoology, to help them implement the lessons. So as we click under each one, once again, we can see these different ideas and these different content areas. You'll notice that as we get into the later parts of the digital citizenship curriculum, the real life examples change drastically. We believe that it's important to put real world experiences in front of our students. Many of these lessons include assessments like the quiz or areas for discussion where teachers and students can discuss together important parts of the digital citizenship curriculum. Once again, you'll see the common thread between all the lesson plans. All the lesson plans look alike and all include an indicator for what part of digital citizenship curriculum is being covered. It is my hope that as students move from one grade level to another, that they will grow in their knowledge of digital citizenship. I believe that the vertical and horizontal alignment of this curriculum will prepare students for living in a 21st century world. It is our imperative as educators to ensure that students remain safe and knowledgeable about the world around them.